All right, athletes, this is week number 8, and you're getting some of my nuggets, the things that I used to do, which would take me all the way into that Kona qualification. You're getting some firsthand experience to some of the stuff that I used to do for myself and things that I've had my athletes do. To include, I'm giving you a special treat in 8 weeks. I'm giving you an example of a brick that I gave or continue to give to my athletes. It's just one of them, but I thought you'd kind of like to see an example of how we structure some of our bricks on the weekends. So working backwards from there, on Thursday, you have a 2-hour run. Look, you have a 30-minute warm-up. So if that's going to be hard for you to get in, try to get in 90 minutes plus and just adjust the warm-up to make it work for your schedule. Cool? And then push the effort. So it says in there like 10K effort or something like that, or hard. Just do the best you can. Don't get too caught up. Look, you're at week 8, you're like 4 weeks out from your Ironman right now. You have cumulative fatigue. You have some stuff going. Now it's all about here as much as it is physical. So find ways to elevate. Even if the pace isn't what you were hoping for, try to hold a consistent pace doing that throughout the workout. Okay, so that's Thursday. If you need to dump some of that ride, go for it. The key on Thursday is that bike. Is the run, not the bike. On Saturday, you'll see that brick that I was talking about. So we have 5 by 30-minute efforts. Now, when I used to do this, I would kind of think to myself, like, what's the best that I could do for all 30 of those, right? So I wouldn't necessarily have, it says in there zone 3, 4, right? But I would try to do the best I could. I wouldn't call them 5 30-minute FTPs, but I would almost try to. And sometimes I would do it with my friends. So the big thing that you want to think about, though, is if you are doing it with your friend, you just need to make sure that you're not drafting because you want to simulate the race the best you can. So you can use each other for motivation, but don't draft, all right? And the other thing on the flip side is sometimes, and I hated it, I would do that stuff by myself because the race is going to be all about you and your mental ability to deal with that type of discomfort, both physically and mentally. And so if you're always doing stuff with the security of your friends around, you might want to sometimes go out and make sure you're doing that on your own. So then we come off and we transition to the exact same type of run that we've been talking about for weeks. And then finally you have your longest run with a 3-hour run on the weekend. But remember the golden rule, do not ever exceed 20-ish miles, right? Don't do it, especially this week, this close in. It takes, as soon as you go over 20 miles, especially, it takes about a day for every mile to recover. So if you run 22 miles, you can plan on about 22 days of recovery. So that means that even if you're recovered for the race, you're not going to be getting in some of the quality sessions. You're risking that. And don't forget, too, you're running almost 2 hours, if not 2 hours on Thursday. You don't need to run more than 20 miles, okay? So if you reach that in 2.5 hours or 2:20 or 2:40, done. You're done, all right? So I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see everybody next week.